Hello everyone, welcome to the Boerma Institute. How's it going? Hope you are doing well. Here everything is good at least. We have had a great week. International students, Dutch students, it's been fun. And today I will be doing the demonstration, as you saw on the big thumbnail with my face. I'm going to make 3 arrangements. I'm going to make a hand-tied bouquet with a frame with branches. I'm going to make a, what we're going to call it, something with a pumpkin. And I'm going to make a Dutch garden for a table setting. So hopefully you will enjoy it. I have been thinking these things and I had these ideas in my head. And you never know exactly how they will work out in real life. So I prepared some things. For example, I got this branch frame here with branches more or less placed randomly on this handmade chicken wire frame. And this chicken wire frame I made with 0.9 wire. I have these branches which are, I think, Nothofagus antarctica from the top of my head. We've used them before. And then I have put them, I don't know if you can see it. Let's see, maybe like this. There are some binding wires from the Oasis binding wire over there. Maybe if we zoom in later you can see it. So reach out to us in the chat if you're watching, say hi. Anyway, glad that you're here. So what do we have more? We have some greens for in there. I have Arachniodes, or leather fern in English. I have what they called at the auction decorative greens. I mean, it's pretty cool, it's purplish looking, but yeah, no name. So if you know the name, give me a shout out there in the chat. Then we have Asparagus cetaceus. This is one that we use very often. Then another type of asparagus could be Tensiflora maybe. There's so many asparagus, I don't remember all of them. Then we have the pistachio, which we use very often. And then I'm going to use some of these beautiful flowers we have in the back. I have some awesome looking celosia, which you can see here. It's a little bit orangey pink, and that's my color scheme for today. And I have some Xanthodacia, really big ones. I hope that they will make a nice line. Maybe we give them a bit of a massage and they will stay in that shape. That would be nice. Maybe a bit smaller ones. Angelica, you were waving with the thing? No? Yes?
Yes.
Oh.
So we have a few hellos.
Oh, hey.
One is from Funny Lee. Saying
Hey, Fanny.
Greetings from Hong Kong.
Oh, hi.
We have Lisa Florista saying good morning from Colorado and cool hat, Mike.
Thank you. Good morning, Lisa. Good that you're here again. Same for Fanny, by the way. Thank you for joining us again. And yeah, so the hat, I actually wanted to do something like this for a while. I like to wear hats, and my younger brother, Axel, of course, he also likes to wear hats. So I thought, let's see if we can get some made. So these are like sewn. I don't know if you can see it. They're stitched. And I have one that's a snapback, because I have my head is way too big, so I cannot wear a normal fitted one. And then Axel has the fitted cap, so with no back. So might be something fun for in the future. Angelica.
And we have a hello from Taiwan.
Hey, Wen Yu and Taiwan and all the teachers over there. Thank you for joining us again. That's cool. I have some more flowers here. Also, I have this cool grass type. It's hanging a little bit. And if I'm not mistaken, it's Setaria. So that's a cool one. Also a little bit reddish tones. Then from our own garden, these small amaranthus. I'll show some pictures maybe later. They're growing very tall, but they're a little bit early, but I wanted to use them. So they will, of course, become much, much longer later. So pinks, mostly. Angelica, yes.
So the amaranthus that is growing in our garden, there's one at our front door who's like almost as tall as I am.
It's really
pretty crazy.
It's pretty crazy. It's gonna be beautiful. Some really lovely golden reddish colored chrysanthemum. Really cool. Gotta love chrysanthemums. What will we put in for the rest? Well, did I say that we have the antirinum? I think I skipped some. Then let's see. I have another type of chrysanthemum which is really awesome. It's the spider chrysanthemum, so a nice and open one. So some more orange in there. Maybe we do some pinkish orangey roses. I think that will be lovely as well, like that. Then we have some, I believe, cordelia. They're pretty cool. They look a little bit like a Dracaena. I think maybe I'm mixing things up, or I have done so in the past. I have definitely done so in the past. Then all the way from the back here, we have Astrantia, beautiful Astrantia. These are from Marginpar, super tall, and for Astrantia, I think very big heads even, so lovely ones. Then I have some Lizzies, or Lysianthus, from Luchtlysianthus, and these are nice and peachy until pinkish-ish colors, so they will fit nicely in the scheme. I think this scheme is going to be really cool. I don't know how much you can see from the color on the screen, but I hope it comes across nicely. So I have these branches in there, which I said I freely arranged them more or less, connected them on multiple points, and I prefer to start with my greens a little bit so that I have a nice base to work with. And then Pistacia and I have been nemesis for quite some time, actually, but now Pistacia and I have become friends again. Maybe 3 or 4 years ago, I was working with Irma and some other teachers, and we went to conveyor belt type of situation. They wanted us to make some new varieties of bouquets, but big pistacia on a bush, and you have 2 seconds to clean it and then stick them in like crazy. It was quite the challenge, so much respect for all those people on the assembly lines making those bouquets. I think it's quite a challenge. Or maybe they just dialed up the speed way higher than normal, but it was pretty crazy. And if you have at any point any questions about what I'm doing, why I'm doing something, it's all possible. Feel free to ask. So let's stick in this asparagus. So yeah, thanks for waking up so early and staying up so late. So we have really people from all across the globe watching now. I think that's pretty cool. So I love this leaf here. I'll probably use it a bit shorter because it's a shorter stem, but see how I'm hiding, well, it becomes really dark, maybe like this, well, maybe still dark, but I'm starting to hide my frame. I think it's important to hide the frame a bit as well. Then I forgot something nice that I have, which Angelica kindly got for me, are these ivies from our own garden, and I put them on a wire like I did in the past. So let's put these away for now. Then I also have, I got a lot this time guys, these beautiful other grasses, and they have interesting leaves. I think the pattern is called zebra. They are miscanthus, yes, I wrote that on the board because I wasn't sure if I was gonna remember that correctly. Let's put some flowers in there, right? Why not? So some Lysianthus maybe. And I'm going to put them freeform, more or less. So I'm going to play with the heights. I'm going to create some depth. I'm going to group a little bit. I'm going to mix a little bit, but I'm going to do mostly grouping. And this is what I call, and some other people call, the open outline or open silhouette. So nice and chaotic. Is that a signature? Okay, thank you.
So Sarah Flower Journey is saying hello everyone at the Boerma Institute.
Hey, welcome.
Flow in Indonesia, we hope all is next year and we can come and go here again.
Yes, hopefully, yeah, I hope the same. Should be good next year. You never know, of course, but fingers crossed, and it should be fine. Yes, Angelica.
And Milk is saying hi from Taiwan.
Hey, how are you? Thank you for joining us. So, I'm cleaning this celosia a little bit and putting it more or less on the front of the bouquet. Of course, I prefer my bouquets to be all-sided, so of course there will be things happening on the back side as well, but I think this bouquet has more or less a front to it as well. So I'm taking off this Hydrangea, but we will use it later in another piece. I don't like to throw things away. It's a pity and a waste, of course. So let's keep things and not throw them away. Hydrangea, I think, sometimes can be tricky. They can hang quite fast, but what you have to do then is use a little bit of that quick dip that we've shown in the previous videos. It's like this special Telcel commercial of how good it works, and it really just, you need to do it 2 seconds, dip it 2 seconds in there, and then after a while it will start to stand again. I think it's pretty cool how good it works. Then some roses in there, and even though I am making this bouquet through a frame, I try to still go spiral tight. So my stem should more or less go into that spiral shape. And this brings some orangey color to the base. So these beautiful spider chrysanthemum. I clean them up a lot, and unfortunately I cut them quite short, relatively speaking, which is a pity because of course you kind of pay for length, but sometimes you don't need them that long. So just use them as you need them. I don't want to feel too bad about it. I think if you show the beauty of the materials, then that's important enough. So a little bit here. And this asparagus, I like to elongate a bit, so let's add another one. So then, let's see. I can just clean everything with one hand while I'm working. I'll put antirinum in there. So somewhere over here. And then make it into a group. So stick it through the frame. There we go. Maybe this celosia can be a little higher. Or not. Nope, once it's stuck, it's stuck. No turning back. Good to know. So let's put some chrysanthemum in there. Some more asparagus. Then we turn the bouquet around, because we need to see what's happening on the back. Not much is happening on the back yet. Maybe have an antirinum. So we have 2 antirinum here. We can make an antirinum come back over here. So be careful to go in this spiral tight situation. Then I add some more asparagus to hide the frame somewhat. And I pull it through a little bit. We have some Hydrangea on the other side, so let's make some Hydrangea come back over here too. And maybe some more of these beautiful dark leaves over here. And it's more or less an improv of placement, but I do choose my pointy materials to be long and my bigger, more round shapes to be low in the bouquet. And that's how we play with the depth. So that's how we create depth even. And so if I have a bigger chrysanthemum and a smaller chrysanthemum, I would prefer to have the smaller chrysanthemum higher so that it looks a little bit more natural. So my smaller one there, my bigger one over here, and maybe another one of these beautiful Hydrangea from Margin Par. I have some more materials. Where do I have? Angelica, you have a question, or?
Yes, question from Amy. May I ask about this frame? Is it for supporting reasons, or is it also for decoration? Should we try to hide it as much as possible?
Yeah, very good question. Thank you. So the branches are on the frame. The branches are decorative, and the frame is like the chicken wire frame. It's purely technical for me. It's just the regular florist wire, so I'm not, I'd rather not see it. So I'm really trying to hide it actually. So that's why I put all my greens next to it and such. So thank you for the question. Let's see, some things have gone against the spiral, so I will have to fix that, because otherwise I don't get all the profit from the technique. I won't profit so much from the technique. So, and like I said beforehand, I kind of have an idea of what I want to do. Sometimes people ask me, what comes first? Do you have a certain shape in your mind? How do you start designing something? Do you already know exactly what it's going to look like? Well, for me, and I think a lot of other designers, we have a basic idea of what we want to do. But of course, we are so dependent on the material. All these different flowers have so many different shapes, so I don't necessarily know exactly what it's going to look like beforehand. I can think of, like, I want something pointy, but I never know exactly how thin it will be or if it's available. So I cannot plan too much. So I have in some cases I have an idea about the color scheme that I want to do, if it's possible in the season. Sometimes I have an idea of a style that I want to do. That's basically how it starts. It's either one of those, and then I start to get this idea. And then a lot of these things, you don't always have the time to create and experiment. So I think streams like these, that we are just together having fun, I think it's a nice moment to experiment. So sometimes maybe I'm not so happy at the end with how it looks, and other times I'm surprised by myself that it looks really nice. So I'm also not always happy with what I do. In this case, I'm really loving what I'm doing. So I'm not saying it for that reason, but just so that you can feel relaxed. It doesn't all, not every day you create something that you are happy with. Then another day you will be doing that. Sorry, Angelica.
I have here a fly blue whale saying,
Oh.
nice hat.
Oh, thank you.
Hello from Sint Maarten, from Sanjeev.
Hey, Sanjeev. Good that you're here. Thank you.
Linda Nielsen
Hey.
saying, finally I found out how to watch from my phone. From Denmark.
Wow, Linda. Good that you're here too. That's fun. It's been a while. Last time we saw each other was at the teachers conference from Gregor's, I believe. So that's fun. Thank you for joining. And I was saying earlier, like, don't worry when you are not exactly happy with what you're making sometimes. It's just important that you keep creating. So if you keep creating, you won't stagnate. So create, don't stagnate. And that's with everything. So our profession is very much a skill-based profession that you can learn and that you can practice. So the more you do something, the better you will become. That should be the general rule. So so don't worry too much if you're just starting out and you can't get all these shapes down that you want. Just make. That's the most important thing. And of course, practice, practice, practice. So that's what Karel says a lot. Important. Then I put in something outwards again, so I have some things that go in and some things that go out. So this grass, I want to have more outwards on the bouquet a little bit. Angelica.
Linda Nielsen is saying, yes, it was a great seminar.
Yes, yeah, it was a really good time. It was really fun hanging out with everyone. And we were so lucky that it was still able to go through, because this was in January, I think. It was a little bit before the whole Corona thing started. So if it would be 2 months later, we would have been out of luck. So, but yeah, it was good times. So the amaranthus, I'm repeating over here a little bit. Make some more stuff hang down. Angelica.
Question from Amy about the amaranthus.
Yeah.
The amaranthus stems are quite thick.
Yes.
Very challenging for Mike too.
Yes, you are very right. Yeah, so the thing is, with thick stems and big bouquets, it can become quite heavy, so you get a little buffed maybe, but in the end. But if you do the spiral tie technique, maybe I can rest my arm a little bit now. If you do the spiral tie technique, you don't even have to hold your hand completely closed. Is my technique good enough to show close by? Yes. So if you have that, you can see my hand is not even completely closed. So that is simply because I'm doing the spiral all the time. It supports itself. If I would do crisscrossing, maybe it wouldn't be so good. It could be. Maybe it would not be so stable. So it's all about technique. That's very important. Angelica.
Atelier Mooi Bloem
Hey.
saying, I like this bouquet.
Thank you. Arigatou gozaimasu. Nice that you're here. Thank you. Yokoso. Be welcome. It would be nice to go back to Japan again, huh? But maybe not so soon. I need something, a little bit of water-resistant tape, Angelica, or if someone could bring it to me. Because, yeah, you're right. The bouquet becomes bigger and bigger. It becomes a tad bit heavy for me to hold. And I want to wrap it up. And that will be my tape. Yes, Angelica.
Amy says, yes, indeed, spiral helps.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you, Ax. There we go. I tape it on the table. As a florist, of course, we should be able to work with one hand. Maybe, oh, I hope that didn't make too much noise. There we go. Put some tape around it. It's kind of cheating, but we have these luxuries nowadays. So just use them. And if you make really, really big bouquets, it becomes too much for you to hold. You can use some tape in between, and then even you can continue building the bouquet. So that is a cool little trick. If you want to make a bouquet with all the roses, all the roses in your shop, maybe you get this customer, then you can do that. Bind, tape, bind, tape. I was in Estonia with our family friend Peter Buikens, together with Angelica. We were there for, is that Russian Women's Day? I think you can call that, huh? Yeah. And then there was someone who's was the staff of some other person, and it was like they asked, "Can I have all the roses? How many roses do you have in the shop? I would like all of them." So that's the kind of things that can happen to you. So, okay. Yeah, this helped me a little bit. I have to be honest, this helped me a lot. So let's see. Maybe I can, do I need anything more? Sometimes it's also good to just say that the bouquet is done. I feel like it is almost done. I just want to finish up with a bit of green at the bottom. Just so that I feel comfortable with how this part looks here. Maybe even a bit of that grass here too, so that comes from here and it comes back on the other side. There we go. Yeah, so should be a little bit all-sided. There we go. All-sided. And a nice color scheme, I hope. I think the orange and the pink and the browns, I think those are really lovely colors together. I think that's very much an autumn kind of bouquet. And yeah, when you vary with heights like this and use your greens to fill up in between, you kind of get this type of bouquet that is a little bit different than your regular bouquet. So I will tape it off now. Then my final step would be to decorate that with some Oasis binding wire, because of course I don't want to show the tape. The tape's pretty ugly in my opinion. So I will do that while I'm preparing for taking the pictures of this bouquet afterwards. So hope you like this bouquet. I'm going to move on to the next design. It's a little bit asymmetrical, I hope. So some things are happening on one side that are not happening on the other, and they have some interesting textures. So of course, always afterwards, cut everything at the same height. So I will do that later too. So Angelica, you have a question before I bring this bouquet away?
Linda Nielsen is saying beautiful about the bouquet.
Thank you very much, Linda.
And I am also very much in love with it.
Maybe we can sneak it out at our place, but maybe my mother claims it. You never know. She is the boss eventually, so. Okay.
Florista is saying awesome.
Thank you, thank you. Ax, if you could take this bouquet and put it in the water for me, please. Then I'm gonna clean up the table a little bit. And if you have any remarks or anything, feel free to tell them. Also, if you don't like it, just say it. But if you don't like it, please tell me why. Not because I will be sad, but I just like to hear your opinion. I think that's important, that we keep a dialogue. Maybe there is a reason for it technically, or you never know. I think it's important to keep talking about those kind of things. So I will put these away. Sorry, just running off screen for a second. Yeah. Oh yes, of course, yeah. Also, if you're new here, welcome. There could be a small delay, so when you ask something, it will take the internet a little bit to get a response. So don't worry if we don't reply straight away. It just means that we have a little lag from the internet. Ooh, no, Hydrangea, please. We need you. Also, sorry, Angelica, you got those headeras from me, but I didn't put them in. So sorry, but I will put them in later. Doesn't matter. I will do it later. And then maybe I just grab, if someone could.
It's better to be short than sorry, right?
Yeah, that's very true. Then I'll grab quickly my other arrangement. So don't worry, I'm not gone forever. But I shooed Axel away to put the bouquet away. But that means he cannot bring me my next arrangement. So my next arrangement is a pumpkin design. And it's not going to be just on this plate, because I remembered. Angelica got me this cloth. And I think it's nice to drape it over this thing. It's quite a heavy pumpkin. If you watched...
Come and hold it for you.
Oh no, it's okay, thank you. If you were here 2 weeks ago on the live stream, you saw Irma making something cool with this pumpkin. But I just thought it would be fun to show you another way to use it. So I have some cloth. I wanted to raise the pumpkin a little bit from the table. Why? Because I have these tubes and they are a little bit taller than the pumpkin is. So we do it like that. How does this look? Yeah, I'm not a really good table setter, I'm sorry. But like this. And I have in here some clematis, how would you call this? Clematis plushes. This is after the clematis has bloomed. I have sticks in here, wooden sticks, and then I stuck in maybe 20, I don't know. And then they are just your regular skewers. I taped them with the floral tape to give them a little bit of green color. Then I took the Oasis binding wire and I did the spider. So like how Gregor teaches it, that spider that you can use in your bridal bouquet and stuff. But I thought it's autumn, so it could be fun to use that in a pumpkin. Doesn't get more autumn than that. Then I hit my knife somewhere, I think. Yeah, I did. So maybe if you could give me a knife. Not that I need it straight away, but it would be nice. Then I have all these tubes in here. Some of them, most of them, I wired together on the frame, and some of them I hot glued together with each other. So sorry, but I think that's a faster way. If sometimes I can get away with it, because ain't nobody got time for that to wire every one of them. Then what I have in here is myosotis, so the forget-me-nots. We're going to put some more in. Then I got some dianthus, spray dianthus, and I got some chrysanthemums. And I got this cool little feller on the other side. Well, we can hang them in the front too. And I had to check, and this is, I put it on the board, yeah, Lycisteria formosa. So I thought it was really cool. It's a little bit older. It's dried already a little bit, but the berries are starting to show now because of that. And Mario Hirama, that's a friend of ours. He's a Japanese ikebana master. He says, like, you should be able to enjoy the flowers in every season. I thought that was pretty cool. Just like how you should respect and how you should respect and appreciate people in every season of their life. So I thought it was pretty cool link that he made between the flowers and the people. So just like this clematis, it's the season that they are starting to shed all their seeds. This flower is already a little bit at the end, but sometimes with, for example, roses, you know, even if they stop blooming, they can still be nice to look at. So the myosotis or the forget-me-nots, I use them to get some blue in here. And they have such a powerful, vibrant blue color that I like. And they also have this interesting movement. They're falling over a little bit. I think that is cool. You don't want everything to be standing upwards. You sometimes have to contrast a little bit with some other movements. And I don't want too much blue in there because I need to have a balance. And it's a nice contrast with the oranges that are going to come in here. So hopefully that will show nicely. So then I have these smaller chrysanthemum, these dianthus, and some other lovely flower, which is one of my favorites. It's this one, Sandersonia. Last week I had a question of my students, and they said, if there is any flower on the market that you simply cannot let stand. Oh, that's cool.
Nice example.
Yeah, well, this is another nice example, Angelica says, of appreciating the beauty of the different flowers, right? That's what you meant. Yeah, it's interesting. This Gerbera has a very particular shape, very lovely.
Yeah, it was funny because it was the only one that was with a curve. The rest was completely straight.
Yeah, you can base an entire design around that. So the Sandersonia, the question was, what is a flower that you really cannot let stand in the auction if it's there? And I couldn't really think because there wasn't one that immediately came to my head, because I love so many of the flowers. Of course, it's like asking which one is your favorite flower. I like, of course, Bouvardia a lot. I like Gloriosa a lot. There's so many things that I like. But when they are in the auction, of course, I grab them. But then this is a great example of really one that I can honestly say, if I see it, I have to use it, because I think it has a very delicate charm to it. It's not really available here in the Netherlands all year round. So, Sandersonia, I would say I would use that. And it's a really big contrast to this shiny, to this vibrant blue that we have here. So, there we go. And then we put them away because maybe we will use them later in something else. Let's not use them all in one piece. Then this interesting one that I had to look up the name for, it has also a nice drooping shape that I think fits in the colors and in the piece itself. Not too high. I want to be able to still to still show the movement, but I don't want it to be too high in the arrangement. Yes, Lysisteria, yes, exactly. My mother's coming in now and saying it's Lysisteria, so maybe I mispronounced it. So there we go. Really lovely. Let's put it in somewhere. I could turn the pumpkin, but I feel like that is a little bit dangerous. So let's not do that. And make it come back here and there. I've shown you before how I wired things. Maybe we can do a nice tutorial on how to wire tubes and all sorts of small little techniques. It's a possibility. Right now we just do the live streams because for us this is a lot of fun, and I hope for you it is too. Some of you people are coming every time. You are friends, of course, so I'm sure you enjoy it. But I think if we could have like a second camera or something, then I could be able to show a little better all these different techniques. And it takes a little bit more production to make those things, those type of tutorials. So maybe in the future. So some Hydrangea here and there, everywhere. So I'm not trying to go too high, because then that would take away from the balance of the design. So I try to balance it by saying like the pumpkin is this size, maybe it's 2/3, maybe this ring around it is 1/3, and then the height, I don't want to make it too high because I would like to still be able to converse. Of course the table has to be a little wider, but I would still want to be able to converse with my table partner. Maybe that's Angelica.
I hope it's me.
You're right, actually. Phrasing it like that makes it sound very suspicious. I'm sorry.
More table partners, Mike?
No, 100% no. Well, sometimes I dine with, obviously.
Your mother.
Yes, let's not make this a very strange situation. So this one is a bit bigger, this chrysanthemum, so I'll place it a bit lower. Do I have anything in there that I really don't want to forget to put in there? Not that, well, I'll find out later. Always on the spot, I might forget one thing or another. So again, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. That's what we're here for. So working with tubes, this type of arrangement, I would say is something that we could do during the advanced course. You learn all these techniques during the advanced course, so you would be able to make your own creative design. During the professional course that we have here, everything is more focused on technique, really making sure that that you can make an arrangement that lasts for a long time. We do everything step by step, and during our advanced course, we teach more about creativity. So you start to design your own arrangements a little bit more. So, oh yes, very important thing that I should not forget. Wow, I almost forgot. This beautiful, beautiful hydrangea from Peter Kolk. I was there this week again. So we had, I said that in the previous video, we did an interview with Peter. Something went wrong, so we had to do the interview again. And now I have edited it this week, so we will start to publish it next week. But he brought these beautiful hydrangea, the blue to the green ones. And the cool thing is that I asked for him if he has maybe some that are going from green to blue a little bit. And then he said, yes, I have that. And then he came and he brought me all the phases, all the steps of how they turn. So if I'm not mistaken, they start out blue, like this one. And then the next step is they start to get a little bit green. like this one. So what does it make sense? Does this make sense? Yes, 1, 2. And then we go to a little bit more greener, 3. Even a little bit more green, 4. And then after they turn green, they will start to turn red. So they will be a little bit like a burgundy reddish color. So that's pretty cool. Of course, we're not so far in season that it can be all the way red, which is fine because I like them in this state in this design. So really cool that he brought that. And they are kind of at that point in the season where probably I can just put the blooms in separately and glue them with cold glue. So that's pretty cool. And then I just need the cold glue. So when you use the cold glue, basically what you do is you put it on the stem, and when you put it on the stem, thank you, sucks the glue in a little bit, and then it shuts off the wound. So the water, oh, whoa, it comes out all at once. Oh no. The water, okay, the water stops evaporating, and that means that it doesn't dry out anymore as much, and it keeps for a longer time. This goes for all flowers. Of course, hydrangea, if they're a little bit later in the season, they don't wilt. They will simply start to dry out, and you will keep them for ages. So, yeah, I asked Peter some questions about this, and it will be in the interview, which I will hopefully post next week. So then you can wait for that and see it. So a little bit of the more green ones. And these have like a nice icy tone to them even. And Peter has really, I showed it in the previous video I uploaded. I don't know if anyone watches the edits, but in the edited version I showed the hydrangea dress that Sue McAleary made using his beautiful hydrangea. So simply take a few of these, glue the end, and then don't damage them too much. Of course, these will last such a long time when they dry up nicely, and they will keep their color more or less for quite a long time as well. So there we go. Just a little dot here and there. Yes, do we have any questions maybe? Please feel free to ask. And then let's not break up all of them. I would love to still use this maybe in another design at some other point in time. But maybe just a little bit more blue in there. And I just spread them out randomly. Hydrangea also is very good to use in a dry wreath together with hops. We've had that as a workshop in the past. And you can really, it dries up very nicely, so you can keep it for a long, long time. So it's a really cool thing to do, I think. So just one last piece so that I have a bit more green over there. All right, there we go. Let's put this in the water. Oop, all the way down. There you go. Okay, and then, yes, of course I have to close off the lid, otherwise it dries out completely. And then you have the arrangement more or less done. So I would like to keep it open texture-wise a little bit, so that you can still see through all the way to the pumpkin. I don't want to take off too much. I don't want to take away too much from what is already there. So keep it nice and open. So then that's the second design. Then we move on to the third design. If Axel could grab it. If there are any questions, please let me know about this piece. You will need.
Well, I see that we're having a bit of a problem with the chat.
Okay.
It's not showing me all the questions
Oh.
that are being posted.
Okay.
So
You need a
I think
new...
mine froze.
Okay,
So I will do
so we need to reset.
it.
All right, so if you can, I'll come to you for a second. Excuse me everyone, I'll be checking out what's happening with the chat.
Oh ja.
Wat?
Nee, hier staat
er
hij
iemand?
vast en hier loopt het door.
Oké, nou dan moet je hem eventjes...
Oh.
Dan doen we het eventjes. Even kijken. Zo. Kan je dat zien?
Tiny letters.
Tiny letters.
I'll try my best.
So, there we go.
Thank you.
Okay, there we go. Okay, back again. So, I'm just gonna clean off the table a little bit, get some things out of the way. Of course, these beautiful flowers we won't throw away. We'll just put it somewhere else. Yes, a question, Angelica.
So in
Oh,
the meantime, I'm
yeah.
going to read out the questions and remarks.
Yeah.
I have here Leonella. Well, I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. I'm very sorry. Pochio.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. I'm first time here. I'm from Romania.
Oh, welcome. Hello. Thank you for joining us. Good that you're here too. As you know, if you have any questions about any design that we're making, please go ahead and ask them. It's much appreciated that you've joined us. Thank you.
Okay, so Fanny Lee is saying beautiful.
Thank you, Fanny.
Natalia from LA is saying hello, Mike.
Oh, hey, Natalia. Oh,
Amy is saying Formosan is usually the botanic name for the
Oh.
plant, originally
little bit too
from
soon.
Taiwan. Formosa is the old name of Taiwan in Portuguese.
Ah, yes, yes. Cool. Nice. Thank you for that.
Oh, and I have a question from Kyo asking me to type the name of the orange little flower.
Yeah.
Do in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
I think it's Sandersonia.
Yes, the Sandersonia.
Oh, Jacqueline already did that, so.
Okay.
Linda Nielsen is asking wire or sticks in the pumpkin.
Yes. Good question, actually. Thank you. Yeah, so they are skewers, so sticks. I did that because I didn't want the rotting process to start too soon. Of course, when you start sticking things into the pumpkin, it will start to rot. But if I would do wire, you are right, then it would start this chemical reaction faster. So that's very good, thank you. Now we can still cook with it. So that I really like to eat pumpkin too. So after I've taken a picture of it, and maybe probably after I've taken a picture of it, we will start and make some pumpkin soup. Angelica.
Anna Chen is saying wow with an emoji of an applause and a bouquet.
Thank you.
Amy says, nice to know this flower, Listeria formosa, seems with a strong connection with Taiwan. Very beautiful.
Yeah, I think it's really nice too. It's a very interesting shape. I love it when there is material that are hanging downwards, because I don't really use that often enough, I think. But just like amaranthus and that kind of flowers, ripsalis, like in plants, I really enjoy that movement. Angelica.
Ionella is asking why not cooked pumpkin?
Yes. Well, we will cook it afterwards eventually. But yeah, could we use cooked pumpkin? Well, no, but we're gonna eat it though. We're gonna eat it for sure. So a little bit about this next piece. It's a big bowl, one of those Oasis plastic bowls that we have. And I have put in Oasis biodegradable, the 91% biodegradable new product from Oasis. In here, I've stacked them a little bit because I want to create a hill. Then I have bark on wire. This is hot glued on wire, and we use that very often in Dutch gardens, for example, Dutch garden arrangements. And I'm gonna stack it like roof tile wise. Then I have a fern over here that's coming out. Then I have Pittosporum growing upwards. And then later we will have all sorts of groups. Ax, kan je eventjes een beetje het water vervangen, alsjeblieft? Dank je wel. I have my cup of water over there, but I spilled all kind of botanical material into it and I'd rather not drink that. Yes, Angelica.
Linda Nielsen is saying how great to serve the soup in that design.
Oh, wow, that is really good. Yeah, we'll look into that. That's cool. Great idea.
When we have a smaller group, we can do that.
Yeah, we have a smaller group, so we could do that. Can we do that on Monday? I don't know. Maybe.
Yes, we can.
Yeah, yes, of course we can, my mother says. So, yeah, we'll do that. If we do it and we don't forget it, I'll make pictures of it. I hope I don't forget it, but yeah.
No, we won't forget it.
Oh yes, the other people won't forget it. That's true. I just have a terrible memory. So, sticking in all these pieces of bark like this. Then I have some other things that are pretty cool. I have dried mushroom, also I think pretty much in season. So let's grab some of those. And then I have, what do I have more? I have, I think, a box of moss over here. And all these pieces of moss are wired. This time my mother wired them for me, so thank you very much. And I will use these in the design as well. Make things stick out like this. And then we go work our way up like that. Angelica, you have a question or a remark?
Yes, we have Dunja Marsen saying hello everyone.
Hey Dunja. Leuk dat je er ook bent.
Did you hear about the pumpkin soup?
Yeah, oh yeah.
You heard about the soup probably.
So you know what you will be making on Monday? Yeah, so let's see. I can use some asparagus cetaceus. That's a lovely one. And I walked over to the side over there, and I have all my greens there. And I think I totally forgot to use eucalyptus in the previous design, didn't I? In the bouquet, I didn't use it. Well, I could still stick it in.
Yes, you did. You forgot. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh well. There's always next time. So I have some asparagus coming out like this, and let's see. I'll put a mushroom. Where shall I put a mushroom? I put a mushroom over here. And I use these now to cover the sides, so I don't want to see the plastic. So I make them go all the way over it, like this. Shoot. There we go. Wow, this is a big one. So you can use that one too. Maybe this one first. Sorry. Yeah, this is stable enough. This one goes a little bit like this. So we create this pattern, the zigzagging pattern. And then, do I have some smaller ones? Yes, I have some smaller ones. So these are also, we put in the Gregor wire, as we call it. And then I put some hot glue on top so that it's very, very secure. And now I can even put them like a little bit higher, like this, in the design. And the mushrooms nowadays, they always make me think about Françoise Weeks, because we were together in Floral, and she made a beautiful dress and a headpiece with mushrooms and all sorts of beautiful botanicals. But it was really, the eye catcher was really this huge mushroom that was sticking out that I think Sue McCleary got for her. So now every time I see something cool with mushrooms, I think, Françoise Weeks, very nice lady. So there we go, like little steps up there. Now we have these greens lying here, so might as well use them. Make them go through. I don't know if you can see it, it's quite dark, but it will look lovely on the picture. So because this thing went wrong and then we had to do the interview again, this also influenced our last couple of edits, and it caused that we didn't have a picture at the end that we normally do, so I'm sorry about that. Yeah, I will make sure that it doesn't happen again, and this time we do have a picture at the end. So, okay, then I have this, and I have to clean it up a little bit, because actually I have another piece that I would like. So if Axel could bring it to me, please. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, it's the other one. So let's, okay, so I'm sorry, I'm just gonna do, whoop. Nobody saw that, my mother is just looking the other way. Thank you, thank you. Yes, and some water, because I have to drink every once in a while. So, there we go. I keep talking and talking, and then I forget to drink water. So this is the other piece. Let's see if we can get them on the screen nicely, so that you can see the whole thing. And then I got this really cool branch. Again, and I might as well just have asked Axel to bring this one as well, but I forgot. So this branch is, yes, it's okay. This branch we got from Nelly again, from her the gardener friend that she has, Jan. So thank you for that. It's a big, I think, grapevine branch. And I will put it somehow into the arrangement. I did plan it, but I have no idea what I planned originally. Maybe I do it like this. Let's see, how does that look? Yeah, looks just fine. And I forgot to do a thing with it, and that is to wire it. I'm starting to hide myself more and more now. We can go maybe backwards a little bit, and I can start coming to the front a little bit. Angelica, you have a question, I see.
Amy says the Dutch garden design is always the classic and beautiful.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I also really love it. It's really a thing that I think my grandfather started to do in the 70s. So it is quite a classic. Of course, there were probably other Dutch people that were doing it too, but it just reminds me of my grandfather, so nice memories. And the Dutch garden style is very different than the other garden styles. So it's not like the romantic, well, I'm going to make it a little bit more romantic maybe, but it's not like the English garden style where it is very much abundance of maybe roses and such. So I put the wire on here, around here. Angelica, another question.
Kio says that he loved the branch. Wow.
Right, it's beautiful. It's really, really, really lovely. I gathered some branches before that I thought I was going to use, but then I saw this branch and I was like, nah, it's gonna be this one. Really lovely. And I was actually inspired by a design my mother made at the IPM a couple of years ago. Well, a couple of years ago, 2013, huh? So, and normally, I would tape a branch. Normally I would tape a branch with water-resistant tape, then tape it around the plastic, and then start making the design. But because we're doing a live stream, I wanted to surprise you a little bit with this branch. So, so it's probably not as secure as it should be, but we don't have to bring it to a hotel. But if you would have to bring this to another location, make sure that it is very stuck, that you can almost pick it up like this. So it needs a lot of tape, but you of course have to hide that tape again. So if you want to hide the tape, you could maybe hot glue a little bit of moss on it if it's still visible somehow. But please, always safety first, technique first. These things are the most important things when creating flower arrangements. Then if Axel, you could bring me some sticks, some satay sticks or whatever kind of sticks, that would be nice. Then now I know where my branch is, my big branch. Now I can work around it. and put my other moss balls and such in the design. Yep, thank you, perfect. So these I will use for other items that we will get in this arrangement a little bit later. So moss balls, there we go. Yeah, when you make Dutch garden arrangements, you should definitely use moss, I think. Yes, you brought me a knife, thank you also. Then we got some other beautiful material. I already forget where I put it, and it's just on the table. Molucella, lovely, smells like honey, and it looks pretty, and it's nice and long, so we can use that length to our advantage. If you have any Molucella bottom parts like this left, don't throw it away, we can use it. Just use it as a bottom filler somewhere else. As long as you don't see the cut, it's fine. Angelica.
Lisa is saying, wow, amazing.
Thank you, Liz. Really glad that you are here with us too again. Like I said earlier, of course, but it's always good. Like the energy you bring. Hopefully the borders will open up again, and then hopefully the borders will open up again, and then you will be able to join Gregor's course. That would be awesome, because I don't think she's here today, but Angela, who is almost here, she's definitely going. She's coming from the UK, so you guys could meet. I think that would be pretty funny if you guys would meet. Yeah, definitely. I think you would be a great team. Okay, then a lower one over here. And then I use some bottom fillers over here. I won't throw it away, I will use it later. And over here I come a little bit, oh, no. I'd like to have a little bit of space between them. Yeah, there we go. Maybe another group. Nah. We just keep filling up that group over there. Angelica, you got a question over there.
Lisa is saying, yes, I hope so too.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Ionella is saying the biofoam doesn't hurt the stems?
No, actually the biological foam, it's quite like the... Hello? It's quite like the foam that we have already, the regular Oasis foam. But this one is just biodegradable, so they changed the recipe a little bit. Well, they did quite some research for that actually. And now it can be degradable for 91%. So still not 100%, but they're working on the recipe. But it's just like any other floral foam. It just, for me, it works the same. I don't have any issues with it. So with some beautiful Cordelia. Make a nice group over here. There we go. I believe. Am I not mistaken? It's Cordelia, right? Yes, my mother says. No, she wasn't saying anything. This is Cordelia, right? Okay. Cordeline, that's it. I always mispronounce that name. So one of this lovely Lycianthus. Let's put it over here. So there is kind of a front and a back right now. Obviously, I'd rather not have a front and a back because it should be just as nice from one side as it is on the other side. So maybe later I will turn the table around and then you can see the other side. And also, I can just come to the front a little bit and start working from the front. Maybe I will be dark. No, it's okay. There's enough light here. Hello, we're very close and personal now. So, there we go. Place some materials a little bit lower to the front. This beautiful Lycianthus with the peach color. There we go. And again, also with this Dutch garden style, more or less, I like to play with the higher and lower groups. mix it up a little bit. It's almost like an open outline arrangement, you could say. So now we go all the way to the other side. Oh, sorry Axel for all the sticks that you brought. I dropped them on the ground. Just can come a little bit to the front. So there we go. Yep. So, and then let's see, what do we have more? Some other lovely materials. We have so much, it's crazy actually. Then nerines. These might come from de Wit Nerine. At the wholesaler I couldn't really see the brand, but de Wit Nerine has very lovely nerines. They're a floral fundamentals grower. Lovely people. Anytime I am able to see where it comes from, I really like to buy from my favorite growers, and those are all the floral fundamentals growers. So, Angelica.
Ionella says, thank you. I'm just worried about the bacteria and shorts the light of my stems. About the phone that we were talking about.
The short delight?
Shorten the line.
Ah, if it shortens the life. Yes, so honestly, in any case, putting things straight into the water is the best. Straight into the water with Floral Life or any other flower food brand, it's always the best. But Oasis has these foams, and they also put flower food in there, so it should be fine. So that's not really too much of a problem. It actually makes it quite easy to fit things in to the arrangement, so everything fits nicely and it stays in place. So there we go. Put some Hydrangea in there. And some Hydrangea to the back a little bit, but that also means we need to repeat it on the other side. So now the other way, as Justin Timberlake says. Stay, please. Thank you. So make it go out. So it's growing like that already. So then we might as well just accentuate. Sorry, I'm showing you my back. It's not very polite. So now I come over here. Yeah, we can have some Hydrangea over there too. Angelica, you have a question or a remark?
Amy says, this is wonderful, wonderful masterpiece. Thank you, Mike.
Thank you so much.
And we have Shaida saying, goedemiddag allemaal.
Super mooi, Mike.
Hey Shaida. Nice that you're here too. Welkom. Leuk dat je erbij bent. So I am just putting in some more Hydrangea here and there. And now I have quite a lot of nice thin materials in there. So I think it's time to put in some bigger ones. So for example, this beautiful golden chrysanthemum. Let's stick that in somewhere a little bit lower in the arrangement, but not that it is interrupting anything else. So maybe this group comes over here. So, and then a smaller one, I'd probably prefer to have it higher in the design, so let's place it over here. Shall I try to flip the design? Is that a wise idea? Yes, it is a wise idea. I think, Axel, if you could come help me out a little bit. we're up for the challenge. You're up for the challenge. This is gonna, either this will be a clickbait, everything falls to the ground thing. So, all right. You pick up that side and I pick up this side. And then we walk around the table. You walk that direction, I walk this direction. You can pick it up a little bit. Yep. And 1, 2, 3, there we go. I have faith in you. Yes, oh, wait, pause. Okay, there we go. Turn, turn, turn. Okay, so now you can see the other side. Thank you very much, Ax. Because I don't want to hide behind the thing all the time. Only thing that happened is, no, I did not lose my knife. Angelica.
Yes, we have a question from Kio.
Yeah.
Could you please give the name of this flower? And it is the little flower, the little one before the chrysanthemum.
The little one before.
So maybe it's
Yes, it's this one. Then it's Hydrangea. This is the Hydrangea flower.
and we have Kees Stak saying, ziet er goed uit.
Hey Kees, goed dat je er ook bent, thanks. Dankjewel. Kees is also an old friend of the family. Really great florist. So, I put some celosia in there now. So, beautiful celosia. I don't know if it's sharp on the screen, but it has this pinkish color that turns into a kind of orange almost, and then green. So a bigger one at the bottom and a smaller one at the top. So we have that over there, and it almost looks like a mushroom, like an oyster mushroom. So I think that fits with the rest of the stuff. Angelica.
Linda Nielsen is saying, I must study the Dutch garden style more. I like it.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I really like it too. I think it gives you a lot of creative freedom. A lot of these designs that we study, like for example the Biedermeier and stuff, it's just a shape, and this is how you have to do it, and this is the rules. But with the Dutch garden style, you kind of get some rules, but then everything afterwards, you get a lot of freedom with it. So you can make it a bit more structured, you can make it a bit more decorative, you can make it a little bit more vegetative. So that's what I really enjoy about the Dutch garden style. Then maybe some arachnoides to the front, so that we have some green sticking out again over there. And then how about I make use of the beautiful Hydra Angelica cut for me, and then still put that in somehow. Let's do that. There we go. Sorry, I'm really hitting the cable. Maybe that made some noise. Okay, I told you guys I was turning the design around so that I don't have to hide so much in the back, but then I start to hide in the back again. So let's make this come out from here, and then we make some movement going from here to there, and then we connect the arrangement a bit. I'll just take them all to the front. So she got a lot for me. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So there we go. Shove another one in. Some more other materials that we have. And Axel had all these sticks for me, which are now on the floor. Are they on the floor? Not all of them, right?
Behind
No,
you.
you picked them up, right?
Yeah, I picked them
They're
up. Oh,
behind
they're
you.
behind me. I am not a chaotic person at all. Very organized, very structured. That's what all of my friends say too. So, I have this cool pumpkin. Sorry. It's also all of these pumpkins are edible, so but we can also use them in the design.
Except the green and white one.
Yeah, that one is poisonous.
Well, I tried to cook it and it was
Oh, ooh, that's a pity. But it becomes like a fairy garden now with the pumpkins and everything. Yeah. So, careful. And I do 2 sticks, because if I do 2 sticks, it stays in balance. If I do just 1, it wobbles around. Maybe I do 3 sticks, why not? Living on the edge. Make it come back over here. Hoppakee. Fills up nicely. Oh yeah, some other cool thing we have. These crazy cucumbers. So this is a cucumber type. Nice and prickly. They look kind of like chestnuts. So, and they are really very much in the season right now. Angelica.
So, very smart from your mom.
Oh.
She said, do you like the live stream? Please click the like button.
Oh yes.
That's
Yeah, exactly. If you're watching right now, you're logged in. Give it a thumbs up. That helps us out a lot. Because then YouTube says, oh, people like this video. Maybe other people should see it too. So anyway, that really just helps us out a lot. Helps the channel grow. And Angelica, another one.
Yes, and Kio said that just did. Thank you very much for these live sessions.
Thank you.
Much appreciated from Italy.
Awesome. Thank you too. Much appreciated that you're watching. And if you guys have any suggestions for what we should do next time, please also feel free to tell us. Maybe there's some very specific design that you would love to see and that we maybe keep on forgetting to make. Then feel free to do so. So yeah, Angelica.
A question from Amy, which is very important.
Yeah.
When we put the bamboo sticks
Yeah.
into the pumpkin,
Yeah.
will the juice come out and attract insects in Taiwan?
Mm.
Bothers.
Ah, yeah. That's a good question. I would think so. Yeah. It depends on how deep you stick it into the pumpkin. If there's maybe a bit of skin, but yeah, you are opening up the pumpkin to everything. So you are right. That's something maybe you should try to figure out a different technique of putting the pumpkin inside somehow. What would be a good way? Well, it takes a lot of time, but you could maybe encase it in wire or something, or you could have something hold it. Maybe you could do wires like this, connect them, and then you can have the pumpkins held up. It takes a lot more work, but could be possible. Angelica.
Maybe when you
Pardon.
stick
Excuse me.
the stick into the pumpkin, seal it with wax on the handle, or maybe some cold glue.
Yeah, well, so
Seal
actually,
the connection between the stick and the pumpkin, maybe.
that's a good one. That's a really good one. Yeah, why not? You could definitely use some of the Oasis glue. Yeah.
And this is exactly what Lisa said. Put your stick with cold glue.
Yeah, great, guys. Nice, how do you call this, brainstorm session we have going on here. So this is really cool one. You said this one was not edible, huh?
That one is edible.
Okay.
And that's not a pumpkin. It's
A calabash or?
a zucchini.
Oh. Yeah, that makes sense. Well, it's really cool.
The other one behind you.
It's
That
this one. Yeah. So this is a really cool one. I actually just got this because Karel always makes such a nice setup. I cannot do it as good as Karel, but he makes such a nice setup. So I'll try to do that too. It's a nice challenge for myself. So a lot of my friends have been watching our edits, and they are not florists at all. Other friends, and they say that they like how Karel does it so much, and they say he makes a good show. So that's compliments to him. So me emulating him a little bit over here. Angelica.
Amy says thanks for the suggestions.
Hmm.
And Ionella says
Yeah.
maybe next time I send you some hair of sheep. It's
Okay.
about it's sorry again my
Mm-hmm.
reading isn't good. It's let me see about our tradition maybe.
Ah, cool.
Something ingenious.
Nice. Well, yes, you can try to ship it to us. Why not? That would be fun. So then I put in some more moss over here. And of course some little gaps and stuff I will fill in later with other materials. I won't bore you too much with filling up all the smallest gaps in the oasis. Angelica.
Linda Nielsen says, I would love to see an arrangement with
Yeah.
the Hogarth curve.
Ooh,
The
good.
American style,
Mm-hmm.
if I can call it that.
Yeah, that's a good one. Good question. Good idea. Let's do that at some point for sure. Next time. So the next time, Nikki Markslag will be doing the demonstration. So that's in 2 weeks. That will be fun. The week after that, I think that's October 16th, Friday, October 16th. Frédéric Dupré is coming to our school to do a 3-day masterclass. So there's still spots available. If you would like to join, that is very possible. But on Friday, yes, exactly. That's a good one from my mother. So Frédéric will do a masterclass for 3 days on October 13th, 14th, and 15th. The subjects will be, now it's like an official announcement, the subjects will be color and texture with using that on bridal bouquets and on floral jewelry. It will be more contemporary large work, so that's pretty cool. And another one is constructed bouquets, which is Frédéric's, I think, one of Frédéric's specialties. He has a whole book about them. That's pretty cool. And then that Friday, for all of you who are not able to come to the Netherlands right now, he will do a demonstration. So I talked with him about it, and he thought it was a cool idea. So let's do that. It's going to be fun. Oh, and the week after that, we already planned that too. It will be my mother, so maybe you can do the Hogarth. It sounds fun? Yes, my mother says sure, sounds fun. So, some more of these cool cucumbers. Cucumbers have never been as cool as this. Coole komkommer. So cool as a komkommer. Isn't that a saying? As cool as a cucumber? I don't know. Yeah, right? Okay. So let's put a little bit more flowers in it, and then I think we are done. So this beautiful Sandersonia, which I love, let's put that in. Yeah, Angelica.
Lisa Florisa is saying, wow, thank you for doing that.
Oh. For doing what exactly?
I think all the live streams. Maybe?
Oh, yes. Well, thank you, and you're welcome. Thank you for joining us every time. Yeah. Ah, yes, of course. Well, I'm just really happy that you guys are coming every time, hanging out with us. It's really much appreciated, and especially some people are staying up so late just to hang out with us, and some people are waking up so early. I don't know, what time is it in Colorado when we started? 8 o'clock in the morning or something? I think that's pretty cool. Thank you.
Yeah, Lisa said the video.
Yeah. Well, we have some more materials. Let's make some swanky, I don't know if that's a word, swanky stuff hang out. It's a word, right? Schwanky? No? Maybe I pronounce it like an idiot, but I swear it's a word.
In Colorado, it's 7 o'clock.
Wow, that's really early. Thank you for waking up so early, Lies.
And you're welcome, Ionella.
So, actually, I forgot to put in some other cool things. So, we have these cigars, which I did not harvest from outside because that would be illegal. I bought them at the auction. I swear, it's not even a joke. I really bought them at the auction. Now it sounds really suspicious when I'm saying it, I realize. But, so these are cigar grass. And let's add a little bit of height to the arrangement. So, let's go all the way to the maximum. Angelica.
Kia says, I would like to review the cake I made with Jacqueline
Hmm.
and Moy for birthdays and weddings.
Ah, I see. The birthday cake could be definitely a fun arrangement to make. Why not? And my mother says she can do that too. So yep, let's go for it. So then this one hopefully can go a little, yeah, I don't want it to be the same height exactly. Well, let's see how it looks. There we go. Let's not make it fall too far away to the front. I think that's cool. And then just one last thing, and then I swear I'm done. I see all these things I forgot to use now again. But this cool grass, the zebra leaf grass, not that I'm using the leaves so much, but anyway. It's fun. Yes, Angelica.
Kia says thank you all.
Very welcome. So let's move this around a little bit. Angelica.
Linda Nielsen says that all sounds great. Looking forward to see you live, Jacqueline. Also looking forward to follow along more here. Happy
Yeah, cool.
I jumped in today.
Yes, thank you, Linda. You're welcome anytime. It's really fun having you over in our chat as well. So, just the final pieces. Let's go for here. Actually, that's quite a big one. Almost cannot see what I'm. Oh no! Nobody saw that, huh? It did not break. Anyway, so there we go. On the other side. There we go. Yep, I think that's it. So there we have it. The color is going out of the screen a little bit. Am I doing something dangerous? Yes, it's dangerous, but it works. Okay, there we have it, folks. All right, thank you everyone for watching again. Much appreciated that we are here in the chat. Let's have a little conversation still. If you want to ask something, I'm here. But the design is more or less finished. Angelica.
So also nice, Jacqueline said about the next time that she will be doing arrangements.
Mm-hmm.
So Hogarth line, birthday cake, and so if
Yeah.
anyone has any more suggestions about
a
what
good
they
one.
want to see, please feel free.
Yep.
Hey, anything is possible. So
For sure. I just noticed that I have these coming on one side. Maybe I want to have them come back on the other side, and that'll be
I have
all.
a question from Ionella.
Yeah.
Do you have online classes, and how much does it cost?
That's a good question. So right now we don't have them yet. It's something that we are considering to do, but it takes quite a lot of time to develop that. I think actually, if anything, we would probably develop our YouTube channel a little bit more. So we would start doing tutorials a little bit, and maybe it's something I see other people do. We could do a Patreon or something like that. I saw Hitomi doing that too, which I think is a smart idea. It's a lot of non-floral related things that I follow that also have Patreon. So it's like a monthly subscription, and then maybe we do a lesson a month or something. It doesn't have to cost a lot because you have all your materials at home. So it's something we are considering, but we're working through it. So if you would love us to start working more on those things, you would help us a lot by maybe sharing the channel or something, and then we can put in more actual class type of situations on our channel and on other platforms. So thank you, good question. Angelica, yes, sorry.
Kio says thank you, and K-Stuck says regards to everybody.
Oké, well, groetjes aan iedereen. Groetjes terug. Ja, groetjes terug.
Linda Nielsen says applause, applause, applause. Dates are in my calendar.
Thank you, thank
Great
you.
work, Mike.
Thank you very
well
much.
explained, easy to understand, and easy to follow along.
Wow,
Thank you.
thank you very much, Linda. That means a lot coming from you. Thank you. Okay, guys, I think we call it a day for now. So again, thank you very much. If you haven't already, well, a lot of you did already, but if you haven't already, please like the video, If you were not a member yet of our channel, please subscribe. It is completely free. It just helps you get notified. So there's a little bell button on the side of the screen somewhere. If you click on the bell button, you get a notification whenever a new video comes out or when something is scheduled. And yeah, that helps our channel grow and that helps more content to come. Angelica.
Lisa Florisa says, super fun, see you next time.
All right, super fun. Thank you very much. See you next time too.
So I think we all say bye-bye now?
Yes, oh yeah, so we do our little parade that we do always at the end. So bye everyone, thank you very much. Ciao, ciao.
Bye bye.